Oh my God. Whoa. You know what I'm telling? I think it's time you stay focused. I tape the video, you block it. Don't block it. I'm sure you have a grandmother in a graveyard as well. And if you're young, it's because they give you a baby body and you come back. Yeah, I didn't know you used to be. Seta, you little way. Seta! Seta! For stopper, no for stopper. Seta! I'm not starting the video. If they're sleeping, they're not moving. This video will be here. I will sleep and wake up, sleep and wake up. I was thinking just this system on a gun. For every human being who climb, their body is like a radio. And you feeding the voices in every stage, Some voices, you tape it on a video to say they are pop star, idol. Some voices, you only tape it by telephone. Every single human being that came out of the body, you on the ground, you have a radio station, you're sending the wave to how the body speak by the stage. That's why when the adults wake up, they never remember how they speak when they're little. Unless if they have a video they can play back, they listen. How many of us have video to watch back? Not so many of us. I have a 7 and a 5. They're running here. Please tell me, 10 years ago, why I don't hear them running in my stomach? Why? I get pregnant, I don't see them running in the father's dick. And now they're running here. You copy the body and then you send in the wave. When the body sleep, there is no wave for them to talk. The real radio station is the body of the people. It take the voice from the person and now it enter the radio. If the radio is talking, I say that man is dead, he become a child, you feed the voice again, the radio can still talk to us. I don't know how my grandmother's face looked like when she was this age. But I just find out something. When you hijack Africa, you don't underground. You hijack my grandmother, the daughter of a chief. 1889, my grandmother was in the stomach of my great-grandmother. She was pregnant. 1900, she have my mother. My great-grandmother was 61 years old. I just check it. 1838. To the age my grandmother was born. That means the people you take over, the daughter is what become the mother of my grandmother. If my grandmother was 61, she cannot have my grandmother. It has to take the daughter of my great-great-grandmother, what you take over. My grandmother's mother has to be 30 years of age. And the grandmother was 61 years old. 1838 to 1900 when my grandmother was born. So if my great-grandmother was there, she was one of the 15 years or the 20 years old when you take over 1838. My grandmother came to Sierra Leone. The village was there. I visited her one time. One time she go there. There was a lot of problem in the house. She want to rest. She go to the village for 1 month. I go visit. I see the village. It was the only time I see those people. They're there. It is our family, but we have no connection with them. My grandmother have sisters. Their daughters is also in England. You take over us. It's my family. It's the same girl. She didn't die. She make her daughter. Her daughter make the other daughter. The other daughter make the daughter. But you know on the other side, your grandfather only put the sperm inside your mother, and your mother make you, and you make your sister, and then you proclaim yourself to be till here in this level. But all our families who died, they're all already back. Each and every one of us. Your uncle died, your sister have a baby, your uncle wind come back. Let me play the video. If you don't want me to see it, I will never find the video. You want the world to find out, but still you was hoping to fool me. The face that came out of the stomach. Listen, it's very important. 1838 to 1900, when my grandmother was born. From 1900 to 2011, my grandmother's body is this body, is 111. She died 2006, 105 years. The 9-month pregnancy, what she don't count, till now. It was my family, it was my grandmother. But then my grandmother get a fake husband that become a chief, changed the name. It was my land, the takeover. You bring us to Sierra Leone, and now you split us up, you make us many. But the aunties who died, the cousins who died, they all come back in the body. Now you have them in England. You change the name, you change the mind, you change the thinking. It's very important. All of you who live here, you have to understand, my grandmother will not exist without her great-grandmother died to become her grandchildren and to become me. So, if you have to trace back my win, maybe stop making eyes. Maybe I was the mother, the wind. I was the grandmother that I'm the grandmother of my mother. The wind. I was there. I have my daughter. My daughter have my grandmother. My grandmother have my mother that came now to have me. But I'm wrapped in the cloth. It's very important that you don't cut it off. Listen.
Farming and their germs, Europeans had established a firm foothold in the southern tip of Africa. Now they look to expand.
In the 1830s, there was a burst of the pioneer spirit such as had been seen in the European expansion across North America and Australia. This time it was Dutch settlers, and these pioneers moved into the interior like the pioneers moving across North America and Australia.
Over the course of the 1830s, thousands of Dutch farmers, with their families and possessions loaded into wagons, left the Cape in search of new land to settle. They called themselves the Voortrekkers.
It is not about the faces. It's about the wind. Why you bring me back here? And why there is this video showing America is made of bridges? If you hijack here, what are you doing in America? There's one big game. It is my bloodline. And then you make a video saying black woman is God. There were many black people, but her gene was the one that succeeded. Why would you bring me over here again? You should have left me in Africa. I wouldn't have a laptop to talk. But you know, it's not about me saying it. It's about what I have. The throne of Jesus exists in the female child, what you call the little light. Don't worry, when I tell people, they say I lost my mind. My grandmother was in the stomach 1899. I don't know how old was her mother. But her mother is my great-grandmother. And my great-great-grandmother was 61 years old the day my grandmother was born. In Africa, they born children in early stage. So 1838 to 1900, my great-great-grandmother, she was 61 years old. And that woman's body is this body. If she was a man, she died, she have no daughter, then she is dead. She used to be 38. She sleep, she wake up, you say her daughter is 38. She sleep, she wake up, you say her granddaughter is 38. Now you say she is dead, the daughter is dead, but my grandmother lives on. And then my mother came, you say she was 38. And now you say my grandmother is dead. Now my grandmother, that become my mother, is now 53. The age she was before she popped my mother out. And now I'm sitting here, the baby is 38. I say the last time, there's two walls in this world. The wall where we watch TV, the wall where we see people in the daytime, and the wall when we sleep, we don't watch TV, and we don't see any people when we're sleeping. There's only one black woman. She make herself 3 times, you call them sisters. She make herself many, and then you make many houses, and now it looks like they're many. The same as the Dutch woman. You crown some and tell them they're different from the other ones, but you know they are the same. All the sexy Dutch women around, it's the same as the queen, only you crown her, but they have daughters and the queen don't. No wonder you're all making the mind game what you're doing. Your grandmothers tell you, but my grandmother was too little to know because her mother came to Sierra Leone. She grew up in Sierra Leone, meaning in the village to Freetown, to the city. Her mother was in London before. They go back to Sierra Leone. They stay in Freetown. They never go to the village. My grandmother grew up in Sierra Leone, even though she doesn't speak the language. She always speaks her own language, native language. My mother was born in Freetown. My grandmother was not born in Freetown. And I was born in Freetown. And now from Freetown to here, but we have no history about there. My grandmother knew nothing about there. My great-grandmother who know, you shut her up. You say she's dead, but you know this is her body. And you take the cousins and they become the pop star, and Europe, everywhere, they all have different names. The people who sleep in the night, it's just it takes one woman to make 5 children, and when the 5 children die,